Hi, everyone. Um, as some of you might know, if you follow me on my Canadian Studmuffin channel, I used to be a huge fan of U2. I would say from 1984 until about 2014 when they did the iTunes, the Apple, putting their latest album on everybody's phone for everybody's Apple phone or iTunes or whatever it was. I didn't have the Apple phone, so it luckily never happened to me. I actually bought the album. But that alone kind of really turned me off of the band. At one point, through the 80s and 90s, they were, except for the Beatles, well, they were like the Beatles of the 80s and 90s for me. And they were my second favorite band. But like I said, I don't have any U2 CDs anymore. I've just completely given up on them. But I'm not, I'm not doing this video to put them down. I still love, some of their older material. My favorite album is Octung Baby. I saw them in concert twice. The first time wasn't that great, not because of them, but because of where we saw them at Exhibition Stadium in Toronto. We were way back, and they were really tiny on the stage, even with the big screens, and the sound wasn't that great. And then we saw them in 2005 at the Scotia Centre, is it now? That used to be Maple Leaf Gardens, and they were excellent and great sound. So now they're in Las Vegas. And sadly, Larry Mullen Jr., the drummer, he's, I guess, going through some health issues, so they have some replacement drummer. So it's just Bono, The Edge, and Adam Clayton. And it's this new thing called the Sphere. And so I wanted to watch a little bit of it, and I don't know. I have seen some footage from this, and even though I loved at the time, the Zoo TV tour, watching it, these days, I've got this footage here of just Bono and The Edge. They were on Tiny Desk Concert, NPR Music, and so were Sparks recently. They were excellent. And this is just Bono and The Edge, and it is so nice. And The Edge is a great singer. He sings in this video sometimes.
You've got to get yourself together. You got stuck in a moment and you can't get out of it. Don't say that later will be better. Now you're stuck in a moment and you can't get out of it. And if the night runs over and if the day won't last.
Yeah, so, and I know some people don't care for Bono and his politics and all that. That's never bothered me. I think overall, they're great guys. They've been going since the late 70s. Their first album was in 1980. I've got footage here of, I think this is one of their very first appearances, and it's pretty funny to 1978.
YouTube.
And the drummer, Larry Mullen Jr., looks like he's like 15 years old. And, looking back, even they probably didn't realize that they would at one point be one of the biggest, or the biggest band in the world. It's funny to look back on. But now, watch a little bit of this, and would you, if you like U2, I guess that would help. But I don't think I would want to go to this, even if I could, because it's just too much. Especially at my age.
It was almost scary. It was so good.
What's it like attending a concert at the $2.3 billion Sphere in Las Vegas?
Behind me is the Sphere. And tonight,
I'm going to show you my experience from opening night and show you what's inside the beautiful Sphere.
Okay, that is super trippy once you get close to it.
I recommend parking at the Venetian or the Wynn and then walking, unless of course you're a VIP, and then you can enter through a private street and through a private entrance into the Sphere.
I can't even describe what it looks like with all these pixels everywhere. All these lights, everything moving around.
It would be so overwhelming.
Row 4, seat 9. We're going in. Let's see this place.
Once you enter the concert hall, you see the massive LED screen and the very steep seating that goes all the way from the general admission to level 400.
Row 4 is actually the first row of this section. 9 and 10. I am front and center on the top row. You gotta take a look at this.
The opener started at 8 and it was a DJ riding in a neon car. The music was fine, but everybody was waiting for the concert to start to see what changes could happen on this massive display.
Right now it just feels like a building that we're in. They're running a little bit late, but hopefully they get started soon. I'm ready for this. Already A+ experience. If you're coming into Vegas and you have a chance to see this, I'm already saying you gotta come. I feel like it's finally it. I think it's coming. I'm ready for the wall to do something.
Once the concert starts, I realized that the nosebleeds are actually the best seats in the house. The interior Sphere screen.
Yeah, because you'd see more of the screen, right? You're at the top, and I don't know. It just maybe it has something to do with my age. But I'm curious to know if you would be interested in seeing this. I'm sure it is amazing, but it kind of, for me, I think it takes away from the premise, the main premise, which is the music.
Screen is 160,000 square feet with a 16,000 by 16,000 resolution. It's the highest resolution LED screen on Earth.
Let's see it. What's it gonna look like?
While level 400 was really high, it gave me the perfect perspective to see all of the screen and the performers down below.
The walls are cracking. Okay, are you seeing this? What is happening?
But, as cool as that is, it's like, when I went to see Sparks with Molly last April, I'm watching the band. I'm not watching all of the, and they did have some cool effects too, but it was part of the concert. It was, the main focus was the band. And with this, it's taken away from the band. I'm just a grump.
The audio sounds perfect from the 160,000 speakers that are set up behind the 4-acre screen. It doesn't even matter what seat you were in, it sounds incredible.
See, that would be annoying.
Look at that. Wow, what is it? Look at that. What the heck? There they are down there. Almost.
There down there.
And then what is happening? Unreal, guys.
I I decided to walk around and look at every single level inside of the place. Here, it is so loud in there. The music, you can feel it. There's wind that blows on you. It's very immersive. And then you take a few steps out and it's like there's not even a concert going on. So very blown away. I'm gonna put my thing down there and then it of all time. And the performance they had last night was decent. It almost doesn't even matter who's performing because the visuals on the screen just take your experience to a whole different level.
I don't want that. If I want to see U2 in concert, I don't want to be, that's what I was saying. You're overwhelmed with everything. You're not even focusing in on the band and the music as much. It's kind of like, U2 with the the iPhones thing that happened. It's just a turn off.
This most incredible visual and audio.
God's pictures, great and small, struggling to exist in these temperatures.
They're so far down there, but they look like I could see them so well.
I'm excited to see what happens during CES in January when all the tech companies are here, the best in the world. They're going to create some crazy stuff in here.
So,
maybe the
yeah,
cool.
That's it. I'm just curious. I'm sure there's some people, I want to see that, or maybe you have seen it, and, maybe I'm wrong. But I don't know. I would just rather go to a boring concert and watch the band perform on stage. That's it. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.